Hi, I'm Julie Rowlett and I'm the Higher Education Partnership Manager for ILM. And here with me today is Chris Goodwin from Results Driven Group, a training provider based in Derbyshire and Cumbria, who are a very long-standing ILM centre and who deliver across the breadth of our qualification portfolio, both in coaching and mentoring and leadership and management. And Chris is going to talk about the great work they're doing to train leaders, managers and coaches. So, Chris, can you tell us about Results Driven Group and what makes you so successful?
Well, our journey started, 19 years ago? We actually started delivering management and leadership courses when I was in further education in '97. But we've been delivering at the Results Driven since 2004, ILM qualifications since 2006, coaching and mentoring since 2008. So it's in our DNA. But I think what makes us different is we're very entrepreneurial. So every time the ILM has introduced a new qualification over the years, what we've done is we've looked at that qualification and thought, can we embed that in what we do? But also what makes us stand out is I was trained by a guy called Jack Phillips in 2005. And Jack actually invented return on investment and training. And what happened then was we used to have quite a corny strapline, which was the Results Driven Group have all the pieces to make your business work. Whereas the strapline now is solution focused, return on investment driven. Mm-hmm. So what we do now is we embed ROI in all of our internal bespoke programs, but we also embed it in the delivery. So everybody from first line manager up to chief exec gets trained in ROI as part of the program. So actually delivering and measuring impact, which I think is critical. But the thing we do as well is we run experiential residential programs at our facilities in the Lake District. And as far as I know, we're the only provider in the world that does this, yes? So running experiential, residential, management, leadership and coaching programs in the lakes. But with that, we have a global reach. And we've had such clients such as NATO, World Health Organization, the UN. Everybody's been on RDG sort of coaching and mentoring and leadership courses over the years. But I think also what makes us stand out is we've stopped true to the cause. So we've always been a corporate provider in the sense of we've never followed the apprenticeship route, even though there's some really robust apprenticeships out there. We've always done 4 or 5 day open or bespoke in-house programs. And the key about it is the package is right. So for example, what it means is that 1, it's fit for purpose, 2, it delivers a punch, but 3, by enabling delegates to come up to the lakes or undertake it online now, what it does, it's a different type of learning environment. And it's something, I suppose the networking really stands out. People from different sectors getting to know each other. And we work across all sectors, Julie, not just one sector, across every single sector. And I think that's what makes it stand out as well. But our delivery team is second to none. I mean, the team has been together now, between 10 and 15 years. So yeah, they can train all the way across the whole portfolio of ILM qualifications. They train all levels from team leader through to chief exec. But to develop a team such as that, it probably takes about 5 years to work at Results, and we throw everything at them. But once you've passed that apprenticeship, then yeah, there's some pretty amazing people who work for us. Yeah, so I would say it's down to the team. You know, we have a fantastic team at Results Driven.
Yeah. And you know what a great track record in terms of those global organisations that you're working with and the ability for them to, I guess, share that good practice and learning across such diverse different organisations. So when you think about your approach to developing leaders, managers and coaches that you work with, can you just tell us a little bit more about that approach in terms of how you develop them?
Okay. So we have quite an unusual view of the world. Because we work with people from across all sectors, we've got a really good handle on all sectors. And what we tend to do is look at the world from a macroeconomic perspective. So we know what's cracking off, whether it's energy crises, financial crises, Brexit, COVID. But also that then enables us to embed that into the DNA of our programs as well, because it's that worldly view and it's about passing on the best bits that we see from people in each sector to people on an open program. But also it's about taking those opportunities. So for example, Mary in the NHS might talk about an underperforming nurse, and John in manufacturing might talk about an underperforming first line manager. But it's about sharing those experiences and using a coaching approach to jointly problem solve what people actually face. And the good thing about running open programs with different people from different sectors is they can empathise and sympathise with each other with the problems and issues they face as leaders. But also, it's not just discussing it in the classroom. It could be having over dinner at night or over a beer. And I just think, but also we take people out on coaching walks each day. So we'll go out and we'll have 2-hour coaching walks. We even start the day with coaching walks at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then they'll go out for a couple of hours in the afternoon. But then it's about that knowledge transfer, coaching each other on how they can use those skills back in the work environment that they've taken from the learning. So we find that tends to work. Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. And that sounds like a, incredibly innovative and forward-thinking approach to, the development of those leaders and managers and coaches. So then you couple that with the structure of ILM qualifications. So can you tell me a little bit about how you use that structure in that very dynamic environment to become part of what you do?
Completely. So 2 types of program. So it's either open residential in the lakes, or it's open online over Zoom, or it could be bespoke in-house, or it could be bespoke in the lakes, or bespoke online. Cross-sectoral on the open program, so it's that knowledge share, which I mentioned before. But it's part of a blend of learning because we're the biggest provider of ILM coaching and mentoring qualifications in the UK, which we are at 5 and 7, because we even have things like the national coaching and mentoring contract across the whole of education in Wales. So we put hundreds through it, 3, 5 and 7, yes. But what we also do, we offer free coaching to our management leadership delegates from our coaching and mentoring delegates. So what I do is I connect coaching and mentoring delegates with leadership and management delegates. The benefit to the manager and leader is they get free coaching. The benefit to the coach delegate is they get a chance to coach people from different sectors. So the support goes beyond the program. Even when coaches come on things like the ILM Level 7 certificate in coaching, Julian, they say, Chris, I fancy coaching somebody from another sector. I say, brilliant. Next time I'm on a leadership program, I'll hook you up with somebody from, let's say they're from education. I'll hook them up with somebody from nursing or somebody from manufacturing. So then they go off and play and do what they do and do their assignments and everything else. But I think the real benefit is with doing that, it really cements the relationship between results driven and the delegates. But also, I mean, there's nothing in it for me for actually joining people up, but it comes back to that initial conversation we had about empowerment. I'm empowering people to develop each other. Yeah, so I'm living and breathing the value as well as getting my delegates to live and breathe the value as well. Yes. Yeah,
brilliant. Great answer. So ultimately, development programs are about the impact. So impact on individuals, impact on organizations. So can you tell us a little bit about the impact that your programs have on the people that you work with, either or both individuals and organizations?
I always remember one testimonial from one guy once, and this was when the new ILM Level 7 came out in 2014 in leadership management. We got a dozen delegates on it, brand new program. It's all exciting. 12 different delegates from 12 different companies. Yeah, quite a magical learning week, and a lot of those delegates are still in touch now. And I remember one of the guys, Dave, he said, it was life-changing for me, but it was also life-changing for quite a few people on the program as well. And I thought, blimey hell, wow. So that's from a personal perspective. But I think also we change cultures. So, for example, if we come across a culture which is, I don't know, directive, autocratic, quite old-fashioned, what we'll do is we'll spice it up, put a modern spin on it, but also because we look at it from a commercial approach with that solution-focused, return on investment-driven methodology. What it then does, it then creates a culture of belief. But I think on programs as well, we fix not just individuals' problems, but organizational problems as well. So they go back brimming full of ideas. And then 3, 6, 9 months post-course, I'll get a phone call or a LinkedIn or whatever it is. And I say, I remember when I went to the lakes with Chris and his team and they looked at there, or we did it with Louise or Dave online or whatever it was. And so I think we make learning stick. And for me, that's the most important thing, is making learning stick. If you just deliver chalk and talk, there's no point. Whereas if learning is exciting, if it's individual, if it's focused, if it's bespoke to you, but the training delivery is bespoke as well. So all of our training team are level 7 accredited coaches, yes, as well as some of us are supervisors. And the real key with that is we have the ability to throw the agenda away and just focus on a problem or an issue. And not many providers can actually do that. They have to follow that lesson plan and which is quite immature training delivery, comparable to really experienced people knowing their game. And I think we're very comfortable in our own skin when it comes to delivering anything in the management and leadership field. One example is we delivered an ILM program we'd never done a global program before, Julie, but we delivered it to 60 delegates, 21 countries globally during COVID. And that was the ILM level 6 for CBRE. 40 people did the qualification, 39 passed out of 40. Wow. And that was people of other languages. And I take my hat off to people in other languages that completed an ILM qualification. I thought, wow. And it was just an example of, and the return on investment, how much do you think they indicated that their return on investment was on the back of that program?
10%.
600 million. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is a £25 billion business, 125,000 staff. Yeah. But it was just because these were country managers and MDs, global MDs, numbers are phenomenal, scary. Yeah. But I was staggered by the numbers. Whether they went on to deliver it or not, I don't know. But that's what they identified. So I thought, hey ho. But I think that's what makes us stand out. That's our differentiator, that unique selling point, solution focused, return on investment driven. But by empowering people to become greater managers, leaders and coaches, that then delivers excellence. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. That's great. Thank you so much for those really insightful answers, Chris. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Julie. Excellent. Thank you.